तो कैसी हैं रिजा बाजी आप, एंड what are you doing right now? Where are you right now?
I'm fine. I'm doing good. And मैं अभी I'm in UK, Surrey, और मेरी अभी recently job start हुई है, which is in PNG, as a customization business lead. I don't know if you guys know that because people usually don't know what customization is, but if you have any questions, ask.
अच्छा वी वुड लाइक टू टेक इट फ्रॉम बिहाइंड, मतलब हाँ कि हम इनिशियली
Okay.
बिल्कुल इनिशियल जर्नी से शुरू करेंगे वहां से आते आते टिल नाउ। तो पहला तो मैं आपसे ये सवाल पूछूंगा कि व्हाट इंस्पायर्ड यू टू बी इन द टीम, और प्लस एक और बात जो एक स्टीरियोटिपिकल एक स्टिग्मा जो होते हैं वुमेन इन इंजीनियरिंग का, प्लस
Mm-hmm.
नोइंग हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी का माहौल भी कैसा है, so keeping all
Yeah.
those aspects in mind, what made you join NFST? Like एक तो लोग बोलते हैं कि अच्छा strive to learn था ये वो, but कोई actual tell us something different, tell us something which actually inspired you, which was out of the box.
Okay, I'll tell you what exactly happened, but I don't know if that's gonna be out of the box or not for you. But
Okay.
so considering I was in industrial manufacturing engineering, IME, and apparently IME has the highest ratio of girls considering mechanical and
Oh,
electrical.
okay.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
like 7 girls in one batch. But um, yeah, when I started university, everyone told me that you should join in different societies, get to know people, and it's more fun that way. And I think I started joining some societies in my first year, and then I came to know about this formula student societies, which was FNR and NFST both at that time. So I applied in both, and after the interview, there was this a small get to know session, and like even in FNR, it was more about like um, kind of like testing before actually getting that part. So
Yes.
I enjoyed NFST
Yes.
more. Yeah. So शुरू में ही हमारा पहला सेशन हुआ था, and Hunan was asking about some so like any brand or something, and uh, it I mean it was like just normal questions and something things like that, and it became really fun. वहाँ पे seniors थे हमजा भाई, I don't know if you know that, but वो लोग
जी
सलमान
जी जी।
हुनैन लोगों के seniors थे, हाँ, and Talha Malik, and just the whole environment was pretty nice and pretty good, and yeah, I actually wanted to be like in technical, which again comes off very not common, क्योंकि I don't
Obviously.
know, even before me, like there weren't many girls in technical, as in like corely working in technical.
बिल्कुल
Um,
ऐसे ही होता है।
yeah, but yeah, but mark I started with marketing as well because of marketing recruitment हो रही थी, and slowly I was able to move to technical, but again I wasn't really core member of technical, but more like kind of like a supporting member or cost, and as what Huran
Hureen,
is doing
it's
right
Hureen,
now,
yeah.
so you might Hureen,
Yeah.
sorry, Hureen is doing right now, yeah, so something like that. But I guess it was I wanted to be in a technical study or something like that's not very normal and not very common in Karachi or in Pakistan per se. And
Absolutely.
this, yeah, NFST is one of the teams that is definitely has been doing something different and something better in a sense. Like I don't know if you still face this, but when we used to go to marketing meetings, people were unaware of what NFST is or like what's the point of NFST. Yeah.
Absolutely, अभी
So
तक ये होता है।
yeah, so this is very a natural kind of thing, but it was definitely one of the motivation for me to join in and stay there. Yes.
ओके, अब जस्ट करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, सलमान भाई और हुनैन भाई ये लोग आपके बैच में थे?
नहीं, मैं ये लोग मुझसे 1 साल आगे थे।
एक साल सीनियर थे, तो आई वाज जस्ट गोइंग थ्रू इंस्टाग्राम, और उसमें मैंने कैप्शन में देखा था कि आपने पिक्चर क्रेडिट अपनी प्रोफाइल पिक्चर की सलमान भाई को दी। तो
Oh
मुझे
God, you
बस ये
guys were
पूछना
just
है,
stalking me.
नहीं बिकॉज़ इट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट टू गेट टू नो यू। सो जस्ट
Okay,
क्यूरियस
okay.
कि आपका अपने सीनियर्स से
Mm.
रिलेशनशिप कैसा था? लाइक ऑब्वियसली अगर आपने जैसे मेंशन किया था इसका मतलब यू हैड अ रियली गुड रिलेशनशिप, but in order to
Yeah.
maintain this relationship after so long, and in order to keep it intact. So, do you think NFST has also played an important role in shaping your personality and
NFSC played a
establishing?
huge role, actually. I'm sorry I'm cutting you, but
No,
was
no.
that enough question ended?
नहीं नहीं, बस यही था कि आपकी जो सलमान भाई थे, हुनैन भाई थे, इन सबके साथ
Hmm.
रिलेशनशिप कैसा था और कैसी दोस्ती थी?
So NFSC played a huge role. In my first interview, Salman, Hunain, or Anik, basically they were there who took my interview, and from the day one, like I could tell that these people are like the one we can discuss our thoughts, and like if I consider something not very like if I'm not a fan of something that's happening in FSC, I can talk to them, and they were in the leading positions at that time as well. But yeah,
Right,
what happened is when we went to 2019 and formed a student competition in UK. This is basically we bonded, yeah. And after that is just I think the reason we like our friendship persists is because both of us or both parties in a sense kind of enjoyed each other's company. We are still in contact, which is pretty good. And अच्छे दोस्त मुश्किल से मिलते हैं, but I found them and I'm still in contact with them. But जो तुम्हारा seniors का question था, it wasn't really like a senior junior relationship. It was more of a friend. But NFST में और भी लोग थे जिनके senior junior relationship था. That's pretty good as well. It's I mean, it kind of sounds like cliche, but when they say that it's kind of like a family, it does kind of like a family. Like, still, if I need someone's help, I can just like ping them up. There's Hassan Bhai, who have helped me a lot. He's in UK as well, so yeah, I can just ping them and talk to them, and they would always be ready to help me. And I think I would really like to do this for anyone else who reach out to me as well. So I guess yeah, um, it's just I have found
Yeah,
really
no
nice and
doubt in that.
really good people in NFSC. Yeah.
Saloni, that's
Yeah,
really
and
nice.
FST does feel like home. So you just mentioned कि FSU के 2019 में आप गई थी, right? So how was your experience there and how was FSU के and आप किन किन लोगों के साथ गई थी?
So I think I don't remember the whole team, but um in specifically in cost there was Anusha. Anusha was later on the team lead as well. I'm so proud of that girl. And there was Zahra, there was Mahnur who was unable to go with us, I think, yeah. And well, Salman, Hunan, there was marketing team, Hassan Naeem, Rao, Tabish. Faizan was my kind of a mentor because he was dealing with costs before me, but he wasn't there either. Yeah, I don't think I can name all all of them who were there, but the experience wise, it was pretty good. It was my first ever experience for like what Formula Student Competition is like, and we actually faced a setback there because we submitted the documents in a little different way that usually happens, but there weren't any rules or regulations that says how they want the documents. So, you know, we submitted it in a different way, and that made us face like a penalty. And I remember going to the cost judge at that time with Salman. He was the team lead, and we talked to them, and he was like, "We can't like okay, fine, yeah, we made a mistake as well, but you made a mistake as well, and we can't like take back your penalty." So we like had a bad position at that time because of that penalty. I think that was a 30-point penalty. So yeah, but
Right.
after yeah, but other than that, the experience was pretty good. We actually went to meet other teams and like talk to them about how they like manage the cost things and like how they presented and things like that. And it was an amazing learning experience as well.
Absolutely. अब I would want to ask a very specific question. जैसे अभी जुलाई में we flew down, so I was one of the team members who went. और वहाँ पे जो है we actually were unprepared in terms of our accommodation at the Whittleberry campsite. तो आप लोगों के साथ कोई ऐसा कैंप साइट पे कोई हादसा हुआ क्योंकि वहां पे लास्ट डे पे बारिश हुई थी and it rained
Yeah.
like cats and dogs and all the camps were flooded and it was a
Oh
very
my God.
chaotic situation at that time. Now अब जब हम इसके बारे में बात करते हैं it's very funny but at that time it was like a
Oh my
very
God.
traumatic experience. So did
Yeah.
you guys encounter anything like that?
Yes, we did. And let me tell you one thing. Our camps were like just like small tents, right? And there were teams from Germany who
Okay.
had like built-in like pre-built camps that they just like placed there, and
Yeah,
it kind of felt like a room. Yeah. Anyways,
exactly.
looking at that, we felt like really bad about ourselves, but it was fun though. We did face rain as well. And it was so
Oh,
cold. And there was this thing that I really hated about that place, which is like Silverstone area, which was it was really hot in the afternoon, like during the day, and it would rain bad and it would be so cold at night,
at
which
night.
was really
Yeah,
bad.
true, true.
Yeah, and we did face rain, and all our tents were all wet, and there was no proper place to sleep.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah,
we face similar issues.
yeah, yeah, but it
Also,
happened.
uh, once you came back, what were the outcomes of the competition जो आपने उस टाइम पे टीम में देखे कि बाकी टीम्स में थी लेकिन हमने वो चीज उस वक्त लैकिंग थी एंड इफ यू हैव एनी आइडिया अबाउट आवर प्रोग्रेस उसके बाद आफ्टर वी ग्रेजुएटेड डिड यू सी एनी इंप्रूवमेंट्स बीइंग मेड इन द टीम ऑन द थिंग्स दैट वी लैक्ड प्रीवियसली
There were definitely lack of organization of stuff, and definitely experience as well. Like I was participating the first time ever in the competition, and I was leading the like one of the events. So definitely we lacked the experienced people. There were lack of organization, and there were lack of this pre-planning, because we
absolutely yeah
weren't really
the
aware of what possibly could go wrong. Yeah, exactly. Lack of experience again. So these things really improved next year. I stayed in the team for another year, and um I guess um, yeah, I'm not sure if this is what we learned from other teams or just because we saw things
we
happening in
saw
action and realized like this has to
बिल्कुल
be solved. Yeah. लेकिन हाँ काफी सारे improvements see next year. We had significant improvement in our positions as well as like the way we worked. So yeah,
right
definitely. I
right
mean, it's small steps, but definitely amazing learning experience.
अच्छा ऑल्सो
true also
रिजाबाजी करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग लेकिन आई गेस आप लोग का 2020 वाला इवेंट तो वर्चुअल ही हुआ था ना तो
Mhm.
आप 2018 में गई थी फिर 2019 में और आप
नहीं मैं
2019 में गई थी
जी मैं 2019 में गई थी.
ओके तो 2020 वाला जो पूरा फेस था जो कोविड वाला फेस सबने ही
Mhm.
वो सब पे ही गुजरा था
Yeah.
बट हाउ वाज इट मतलब एक टीम पूरा प्रिपेयर कर रही थी कंपटीशन में जाने के लिए एंड देन कोविड हैपन और फिर उसके बारे में कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता था फिर वर्चुअल इवेंट
Mm,
हुआ था तो उस पूरे फेस में टीम ने किस तरह से काम किया था एंड हाउ वाज दैट इवेंट
mm. So initially, we all were planning कि जाना ही होगा because COVID happened and those decisions were made like in a very small period of time कि पूरा event virtual होना चाहिए. So initially, we planned everything. इस तरह के competition में जाना होगा. The car was in manufacturing phase. क्या कहते हैं cost का भी हमने इसी तरह plan किया था कि how would we be presenting, what we would need in like hard copies and soft copies and things like that. But जब ये announcement हुई थी कि it's gonna be completely virtual, so obviously we would have to adjust. The most adjustment was like I think technical team को सबसे ज़्यादा adjustment करनी पड़ रही थी because obviously they couldn't take their car from to the competition, right? So there was some kind of a virtual reality a racing thing that happens, and Zishan was leading that. Zishan is, I'm sure you guys know that he was an amazing technical person. Um, yeah, other than that, मेरे ख्याल cost में इतना बहुत ज़्यादा adjustments नहीं required थी. Yeah, and I think kind of it was kind of a lack there कि हम जा नहीं सके थे तो जो टीम रह गई थी पीछे, that team didn't have much of an experience of a competition on the side, and like after that 2021 was gonna be really difficult, or 2022 as well if 2021 में नहीं जाते. So this was one of the problems, but in terms of cost and मेरा जो specific event था उसमें we didn't face much problem. It was kind of somewhat easier to present, because we were kind of comfortable and presenting, and we have gone through it. Although there was this thing where they asked us to create a presentation, and we created a presentation and we added some voice to it, but apparently they didn't watch it before our competition, before they were judging us, and because there were like different judges, so only one of the judge was playing it, so the others couldn't hear what it was in the presentation. Also, we put in like a lot of efforts, a lot of work in it, so we kind of didn't like that part, obviously. But I think they were also adjusting at the time, in terms of virtual examining and virtual judge. So yeah, that was kind of like a thing that was a negative, but everything else was not
True.
that bad.
बिल्कुल
So
यार.
also, जैसे कि आपने अपना बताया कि पूरी एक जर्नी बताई, so in this whole time I'm sure you would have met people in the team जो दिन और रात टीम को देते होंगे, और कुछ ऐसे लोग भी होंगे जो इतना टाइम नहीं देते होंगे, थोड़े कामचोर होंगे, लेकिन they would be good people for the team, like long term में वो अच्छे करते होंगे. So out of all the lot of people जो आपने अच्छे खासे लोगों से आप मिली होंगी, is there anyone who you looked up to specifically, and what was the reason? कोई आपकी कोई इंस्पिरेशन या कोई ऐसा सीनियर हो जिसका आपको यार इसकी जो वर्क एथिक है, इसकी जो डेडिकेशन है, आई वांट टू हैव दिस.
Yeah, so Zishan would be one of them. He had an amazing work ethic. um I actually like if he wouldn't know anything, like he needs to learn, he would learn it. Like he would put in efforts, he would learn it, and he'll be ready to apply in at whether it's like a software or anything, or like in the garage or manufacturing, whatever. So that was amazing. But I also really look up to Salman's imagination and Salman's way of thinking, and like he has this kind of like he used to look into future, and like what teams should be, and he's the one who kind of uh introduced the idea of driverless. So
Right,
yeah, yes, the way he used to think was really really inspiring, and really like kind of looked up to it.
राइट. ऑल्सो जब मैं आपकी लिंक्डइन देख रहा था, सो आई वाज प्रीटी इम्प्रेस्ड, और मुझे लगा यार इन्होंने इतना सब कुछ कर लिया. लाइक एट द शेल मुझे होता है कि will I even be able to reach like 50% of this too? So
Oh my
जब
god.
आप हमारे लेवल की थी, would you have a similar thought process अपने seniors को देखे यार इन्होंने इतना सब कुछ कर लिया, मैं will I be able to do this? And obviously I know this journey would have been is very difficult, but how actually difficult was it for you to reach where you are right now? जैसे मैंने देखा आपने नेस्ले में भी इंटर्नशिप की है, पीएनजी में भी की है, and it's not
Nestle
easy to
was
get
a
into
job,
these
yeah.
places. It isn't easy to get into these places. So how was this journey like?
Okay, this might not be a cliche, but I never thought that this person has done so much and how am I gonna do that. I actually had a very clear path for myself, like what I wanted to do right after. So I'll give you an example. So when I was in my last year at university, NFST,
जी जी.
I wanted to go for a master's, so I started applying in UK, but because of COVID, I couldn't. So I had a backup plan for that. Like if I am unable to get into master's, I need to be in Karachi or in like Pakistan doing this, or one of this. So having a very clear path for myself, I never thought about like what anyone else is doing. Obviously, it's kind of motivating if I see someone like in doing same thing as I want to do. It's definitely motivating. I would talk to them, reach out to them. But yeah, and I guess because of that, like I knew what I wanted to do. I was kind of focused on getting it rather than just like I don't know, being overwhelmed from all the things that people are doing. So that wasn't really difficult. But yeah, I mean, you need to put in efforts. Otherwise, I mean,
Absolutely.
it's kind of impossible to get what you want without putting in efforts. So yeah, putting in efforts might be difficult, but it is what it is. So yeah. And I guess
True.
I did face a lot of setback as well. Like last year, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, and been applying to jobs and wasn't doing much in sense of progress, or the career wise as our society has defined. But yeah, that was definitely setback. But being in this situation and thinking that still you can do it and not losing motivation is really important. So yeah, I would definitely suggest to think about that like
Right.
positive way.
Right. अच्छा ऋचा जी, going back to your bachelor's की IMA की degree, I found out कि you got a silver medal, chancellor silver medal. So tell about that, कि वो कैसे हुआ?
Yeah, so it's the medal is all about GPA. So like my friend Sabah, we had like there were three of us. We had like real close friendships, Sabah, Fiza, and me. Both of them, Sabah and Fiza, got a GPA of 3.95, so they got the gold medal, and I got the GPA of 3.93, so I got the silver medal. And it's just about GPA. So yeah, I mean, if you have highest GPA in your batch, you'll get it.
ग्रेट। मतलब आप NFST में इतना सारा कॉस्ट का काम भी कर रही थी और साथ-साथ अपनी एकेडमिक्स को भी बिल्कुल सही से साथ-साथ
um,
चला रही थी। So that was too good.
thank you.
How did you manage a 3.93 GPA by the end of your degree while being the cost rate of an FST as well?
Okay, so I don't know if this will be very controversial, but I feel like the engineering was pretty easy, and at least for me. And but the important thing is I try to keep up with my grades as it is. Like every semester, I would like try to take classes and like just stay on top of things, like rather than just studying and just like opening the book first time during my exams. But there were like some things sometimes where I just opened the book during the exams because I had like a lot to do in other things, NFST being one of the things. So yeah, I think I don't know. I have like a lot of people asking this question और मुझे कभी भी समझ नहीं आया कि इसका क्या क्या जवाब क्या actual reason है.
वैसे
Getting a
I
good
too agree with
GPA,
you.
you getting a very good GPA, did it help you in your career wise? Like, do you think कि 3.93 GPA इतना ज़्यादा GPA है, उससे आपको कोई extra benefits मिले होंगे in the
No,
degree?
no, not at all. So अगर तुम्हारी 3.5, 3.4 भी है ना, it's people will treat you the same in like corporate world as 3.93. I mean, sometimes people would be like, "Oh my God, what did you do? Like, did you like do anything else? Just studied there?" So 3.93 के लिए मुझे इस तरह के सवाल भी पूछे गए थे. But yeah, there isn't much difference. 3.93 or 3.8, 3.7, it's a good GPA, but you don't get any extra perks or benefits in corporate world. Yeah, but if you're applying for masters or further education, PhD, this might help. Yeah.
Okay.
अच्छा, तो ऋचा बाजी, अब आते हैं जो मेरा मेन इंटरेस्ट है, कॉस्ट। तो जितनी भी मैंने फाइल्स देखी है कॉस्ट की, हर फाइल के ऊपर कहीं ना कहीं पता चल रहा है कि ऋचा बाजी ने बनाई थी, ऋचा बाजी ने बनाई थी। तो हाउ वाज द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ वर्किंग इन कॉस्ट डिपार्टमेंट?
It was great. It was amazing, but it was tiring as well. Um, because personally, I prefer everything very organized in a way. अगर तुम Excel देखो तो तुम्हें हर system की हर process की tab मिलेगी. Yeah, and I wanted to create something that can be used for future with like by future team members. तो उन्हें वो from scratch start ना करना पड़े जैसे I feel like मेरी team को करना पड़ा था. So I think this is the part that was tiring, but I really like researching and kind of optimizing, which was part of cost manufacturing sustainability team. So yeah, and considering the state of our car, sustainability was not very. तुम लोग खुद भी notice करोगे, sustainability is not very in practice. But yeah, we had to like show that how we are considering sustainability in our overall design plan. So like we worked on it backwards, which was really fun. Like I get to know a lot more about sustainability and its impacts and like how it's being worked out in manufacturing, like automotive manufacturing. So there was like a lot of new information, and I always like learning things. So yeah, that was definitely fun. And amazingly, I had like amazing team. Like the team I was working with was great. So yeah, that like they were the best support I could ask for.
आई
अच्छा
टोटली एग्री कि कॉस्ट का जो भी हम अगर अपनी रूल बुक्स वगैरह देखें तो कोई स्टेट फास्ट रूल्स नहीं है कि हमें यही फॉलो करके पूरा काम करना है. इट्स मोर अबाउट कि आप किस तरह से उसको परसीव करते, किस तरह से प्रेजेंट करते. तो
Yeah, it's very open-ended.
हाँ बिल्कुल. और फिर हमारा मतलब मेरा जो टाइम था, एक्चुअली मैंने लास्ट ईयर ही कॉस्ट पे काम स्टार्ट किया था जब आपसे फर्स्ट टाइम कांटेक्ट हुआ था. तो दैट वाज पूरा सिनेरियो के बीच से हमारा एक कोविड वाला और उसके बाद 2022 वाला बैच गुजरा था, जिसके अंदर कॉस्ट के अंदर कोई सिग्निफिकेंट काम नहीं हुआ था. मेनली काम वही हम कैरी ऑन कर रहे थे जो आपने किया था. तो लर्निंग दैट अगेन और फाइंडिंग के रिजा बाजी ने अच्छा ये काम भी किया है, अच्छा मुझे ये काम करना है, ये भी रिजा बाजी ने किया है. दैट वाज टू फन कि मुझे फिर आगे काम करने का उस पर फिर मौका मिला कि इंस्टेड ऑफ वर्किंग ऑन दैट अगेन. अच्छा, इधर से ही अगर हम इस वाली बात पे जाएं कि वी आर ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट विद अवर एलुमनाइज, जैसे कि अभी हमारे ये पॉडकास्ट करने का मेनली पर्पस यही है कि हमारी टीम जो अभी करेंट टीम है वो पिछली टीम से और पिछले एलुमनाइज से कनेक्टेड है. तो वी आर ट्राइंग टू वर्क ऑन दैट. और आपके ख्याल में इसकी क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है? क्योंकि एक बहुत 10 साल से ज़्यादा की लेगेसी है NFST की, और टेक्निकल एक्सपर्टीज थी. कॉस्ट के अंदर आपने इतना सारा काम किया, मार्केटिंग के अंदर बहुत सारे मेंबर्स ने काम किया जिनके पूरे इमेजिनेशन, जो उनकी इमेजिनेशन है उस पर काम करने का मौका मिलता है. जैसे तहा भाई के साथ कांटेक्ट होता है. तो व्हाट डू यू से अबाउट दैट कि किस तरह से टीम को कनेक्टेड रहना चाहिए विद देयर एलुमनाइज एंड हाउ मच इम्पोर्टेंट इज दैट फॉर अस?
I think this is a great initiative what you guys are doing. Definitely a very important part because as I just maybe mentioned here, okay, I have done those things and now you don't have to start from scratch. You are building on it. So like keeping in touch is very important when you're building on someone's stuff. It helps you understand what they did, why they did it, like understand their thought process, and then there's maybe something like you want to do and that seems like a really great idea, but maybe someone has already thought about it and like didn't move forward with it because of certain problems that you might not be able to see right now. Or you might come up with an amazing idea and you might like need support on this, and maybe alumni can help you out with that. So yeah, I think this connection.
Aside from NFST, you chose IME for your bachelor's and IME in NUST. So up to your degree hoti nahi hai NUST mein bachelor's NEC mein, but why did you choose IME, and what was your goal before joining the university? And then you did your master's from Edinburgh, and how did you do that, and why did you choose that specific degree?
Sure. Let me answer Hureen's question first, and then I'll get back to you. So yeah, I think this is a great way what you guys are doing. Podcast is a good way to like learning about alumni, and I think you did this last year. You reached out to me, and then you guys created this Discord channel. I guess that was a good thing too as well. So yeah, let's stay in touch, and just to understand or like a support, but like you guys need to know that you will be the ones making the decisions because now it's your responsibility completely. So yeah, but I'm there and I'm sure a lot of alumni are there to support you guys. And for your question, Sumaya, I did quite a lot of research before applying for IME. industrial manufacturing engineering is kind of very, it gives you an idea of mechanical and electrical courses, as well as what goes on in the industry, in the corporate world, which is supply chain, manufacturing, like packaging, distribution, and all that. Plus, I've always wanted to be a part of this optimization team, because like personally I found it very interesting into understanding the current process and then do the gap analysis and figure out like where we can improve, what are like non-value added services or pointers, and like things like that. So IME seems like a really good starting point for this. And when I say I did some research, I definitely did it and applied to different universities, and only those which had a IME or similar department. So that's why I was there. And after IME, I wanted to do the same thing as masters, and I wanted to do a master's abroad. So that's why I applied for even in University of Edinburgh in operational research. So basically, my degree is operational research, which was like it had a specialization which was called computational optimization. And it's basically operational research is a way to make decisions on the current processes, which is based on data or different scenarios. If I'm getting too technical, please stop me. Yeah, so I think I answered Shahir's question before, that I kind of always knew what I wanted to do, and like my path was always clear. So yeah, this is what it was.
So you were pretty clear about your goals initially,
Okay.
shuru se hi bilkul. So how was your life at PNEC? How did you find Nustka environment and everything? And it's not like the average university life that we see. PNEC ka mahal is very different than most universities. So how was that? How was the environment here, and how was your 4
I
years?
remember, yeah. I remember walking in with my mom first day because they needed some documentation and like some signatures, and my mom dropped me off, and she was like walking with me, and I saw everyone in uniform, and I almost started crying. I'm like, what? Why is everyone in uniform? I didn't know कि uniform होता है वहाँ पे. Anyways, that was the worst day of my life, kinda, of university life, because that was the first time I kind like started to know PNEC, and then there are some rules that I would say doesn't make sense. So that's definitely not a great experience. But I think my whole all 4 years, I tried to look for things that were, a good part of PNEC or university. And as I mentioned before, that NFST was one of the things that I joined in because of the reason. And there were other societies as well that I was part of. Plus, I was in a shooting team as well, which if I weren't in NFS in PNEC, I would not be able to do. So yeah, I think my experience was again good, bad, all of that, but uh, it's up to me to where to focus. Because I mean, the people I interacted with weren't very great. Most of the people there, especially teachers, some of the teachers, I am sure were amazing. They helped me a lot. They even still help me like till last year. But some teachers weren't great, and the same goes for people. But again, I found really good friends at PNEC as well. So yeah, it was good and bad both.
I feel like every student in PNEC, unka pehla heartbreak was this uniform.
Yeah,
Like the
probably.
first heartbreak of every PNEC student was a uniform. When they found out that we have a uniform in this university, and every time you tell somebody that we have a uniform in our university, they're like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
no, we have a
Oh my
uniform."
God. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a military college. It's more like a school to us. We don't even
Yeah.
find a university like that. It's a school to us. So yeah, being in military college has its own perks as well, though. But anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
Aside from all this, rules specifically, yes, so many
Yeah.
rules that we are bound to follow just because we are in a military college. They don't make sense to us at all, but well, we have to follow it anyways. So, aside from NFST, NFST, we are doing the side venture, which is F1 in school. I guess you might know about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I came across. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been making progress in that as well. So what we are planning is to do is we are planning to launch our own FN in schools team, which is basically FN schools in Pakistan team. Right now, we are sending teams to Dubai as a guest team. But what we are planning to do in future is we are planning to make our own team, which will be representing Pakistan somehow. So, what are your thoughts on that? And what do you think about this? All the side things that we're doing, like this F1 in school thing, and then we are planning to, give some sort of sessions to schools, the school students. We are basically trying to develop this concept in school students, जिसमें हम उनको इस तरह की practical knowledge के बारे में पढ़ाएं. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a good initiative. I didn't get what you were talking about Dubai thing, like the team, but I think if you are trying to instill the knowledge and information from the school age, that is pretty good. That is, I think this would not only help them understand like the different aspects of the practicality or the university or the corporate world, but it will also help like girls in particular if you'll try to make sure that in those sessions there are girls there. So like as if I talk about myself, I would have never thought about like a team as formula student team when I was in school, but I think it's still the same for a lot of girls out there. But I think if you mm, assess this in a very particular way, this would be really good initiative. Do you want to tell me more about this Dubai team
Achha,
initiative
so
thing?
yeah, so basically the thing is that we make our F1 in school team with any school, like we did last year with Cedar College, and then
Mm-hmm.
they make their own small F1 car, which is basically F1 in school car, and then they go to Dubai for the competition as a guest team. So like
Okay.
how we compete in FS UK, it's somehow similar. They compete in Dubai for their F1 in school competition.
Oh my God, that's
So
that's a great initiative. Yeah, that sounds like
yeah,
a great initiative. Because like from that age, they have this mindset of like, being able to get into this so technical thing and do something with their hands. I think this is a great experience for them as well. This would
yeah,
be,
it's like
yeah.
it's like what we do, but in a very school level. Like they have to
Yeah.
present their business thing as well. That how did they market? How did they like
Yeah.
collected all the
And
budget for making this car? So
and
it's just like a mini
imagine
version.
them, yeah, and imagine them being in NFST or any other Formula student team later when they are in university and how experienced and how skilled they would be.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
they would have experienced all this already. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we are planning to bring this in another level, and we are planning to make our own team, which is Pakistan's team basically, and not a guest team, right? I guess
Yeah.
you might have right. So so that is what we are doing, and then again we are also doing efforts in STEM as well. Like we've collaborated
Mm-hmm.
with SOAR. So these are all the side ventures that we're doing aside from that FSUK competition, right?
Mm-hmm. That sounds
Uh,
great.
we,
Good
yeah.
luck with all of them, and do like hit me up. Let me know if you need any help with any of those. I'll try to do it, like help you out as much as I can.
Yes.
श्योर बिल्कुल आपसे भी ये सारी चीज़ें डिस्कस करेंगे इंशाल्लाह बस क्योंकि आप ग्रेजुएट हो गए तो ऑब्वियसली आपकी दूसरी मसरूफियात होती है तो उसकी वजह से सही से बातचीत हो नहीं पाती यूजुअली तो इस वजह से इतना अच्छे से डिस्कस नहीं है लेकिन श्योरली आपके साथ ये सारी चीज़ें फिर डिस्कस
Yeah,
करते हैं
of course.
इंशाल्लाह और वी हैव हिट ऑलमोस्ट 50 मिनट्स मार्क तो हमारी अभी तक की सबसे लंबी पॉडकास्ट हो जाएगी एपिसोड 3
Oh,
सबसे लंबा होगा तो
wow.
ओके सो आई गेस हमारी तरफ से बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हो गए और अभी बहुत सारे रिमेनिंग भी हैं जो मे बी इन पार्ट 2 या आगे कंटिन्यू करते लेकिन फॉर नाउ रिजवा जी मेरा एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन है आपसे कि कोई टिप हमारे लिए कोई एडवाइस के हमारे लिए स्पेसिफिकली फॉर गर्ल्स में बी एंड फॉर द करंट टीम एज एन एलुमनाई तो seeing what you see, doing what you do, आप हमारे लिए कोई एडवाइस देना चाहें तो basically.
I think this one piece of advice that I would say is for everyone, which is like trust yourself and don't don't judge or doubt yourself when you want to do something that's not very popular, because even right now what you guys doing is not a very popular thing, and the only thing that may bring you to fail is like judging or doubting yourself. So don't ever do that. And especially for girls, just know that you can do anything. Okay, trust me, I have met girls that were so capable, but they always thought that because they're girls they cannot do it. Even in NFST, although they were doing amazing things over there and doing much better than what team the rest of the team did. But yeah, so again, don't doubt yourself. And having goals is amazing. So just believe in yourself and trust that you can do it.
Yeah, बहुत फंडामेंटल लेकिन बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है बिल्कुल.
Yeah,
थैंक यू सो मच रेजा बाजी, और इंशाल्लाह आपसे फिर कनेक्टेड रहेंगे.
of course. And I mean it. Please reach out if you guys need anything. Okay.